Hello, I am your Kingdom Spiritual Transformational and Life Purpose Life Coach and Mentor, Latricia Booker, here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered. Where we here, we get delivered and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power, and that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people, we are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. We are curse breakers. And we most definitely are transformers. More than meets the eye. Yeah, kingdom people, we are. Kingdom people, thank you all so very much for viewing my videos. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, for the shares, for all your comments and feedback. Thank you for all the emails and all the encouragement and just all the confirmation and everything you share with me. Thank you for all the financial contributions to my channel and for all the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Kingdom people, I really do appreciate everything you do here on Kingdom Business. Thank you, Kingdom people. Thank you. So, Kingdom people, I am on location, and you already know what I'm here to do. And if you don't know, then now you know. I am here to drop this, beat this, word this message. Yeah. So, Kingdom people, I am the chain breaker. And you are chain breakers too, Kingdom people. Are y'all ready to break these chains? Let's go. So, Kingdom people, check this out. You all, God had given me that you have the DNA of Jesus. He had given this to me maybe a little while ago, maybe a few months, maybe a month, something like that. It's been a little time. He just was speaking to me and said, you have the DNA of Jesus. And so I wrote that down. And what he was showing me at the time was how we ascend and resurrect like Jesus. We go higher like Jesus. But he was specifically talking to me about ascending and being resurrected because you have the DNA of Jesus. Because you belong to Christ, he was showing me how you're able to do certain things. You have access to certain things. You're able to do certain things. You have certain powers. You have certain authority because you have the DNA of Jesus. He was showing me how you are who you are because you have the DNA of Jesus. So, over the last couple of days or so, I've been speaking about some things that God had been revealing to me, concerning family. And so, last night, or should I say in the middle of the night, God brought to my attention, you have the DNA of Jesus. And he began to tell me and speak to me about how them ones, and not just them ones, but I want to say some family members in this case, but it's not just family, it's them ones that want to stop, block, do all this, do all that, and the other. And how they're trying to keep you from moving forward. And not just that kind of people. Some of these people have a thing where they don't understand how you're doing this, how you're able to level up. And again, some of these ones in particular, because they know where you come from and they know what they have done to keep you from moving forward. And so they don't understand how are you doing this. And God is saying, because you have the DNA of Jesus. So, what God was also giving me is how, because he's separating you from certain people. And in this case, I know for me personally, God is moving me around certain family members. I've already done it with some. He's calling me and moving me to do it with others because they don't mean me good. They don't mean me well. God just wants me to sever these relationships with these ones that have been coming against God's purpose in my life for some time. And I'm just hearing God is calling some of you to separate. I don't want to say family, but for many of you I'm hearing it is family. Let God lead you in all of that. But he's saying you have to separate from these people because they have tried to stop the purpose of God in your life. Now, we already know, unsuccessfully so. But this is the thing, kingdom people. God gave me this. He said, I'm giving you a new family. God said, yes, they're your blood relatives, but you have the DNA of Jesus. So, kingdom people, your family, your real family, your new family, should I say, is your spiritual family, your kingdom family, your soul tribe, if you will. Because you have the DNA of Jesus, kingdom people. And so your family are those who have the DNA of Jesus as well. And them ones do not have the DNA of Jesus. If they had, they would not be behaving in the way that they're behaving. They would not have been trying to keep you from what God is moving you into. People who have the DNA of Jesus, kingdom people, your spiritual family, those who are called by God and chosen by God and moving in what God called them to move in and do, we do not come against people and try to stop the purpose of God in their lives. We encourage it and motivate them for real, not for play, being fake and phony. I say that because some of these ones will play the role like they support you. And like I've said in my last couple of videos, and at the same time on the sidelines, or like God reminded me of last night, in the background, doing things to sabotage you, to stop you, to keep you from moving forward. They'll play like they with you in your face, but at the same time, you begin to see things where, no, they're not. Anyway, kingdom people, this is all because you have the DNA of Jesus. Kingdom people, God is giving you a new family. Your new family are those who have the DNA of Jesus. Why, kingdom people? Because you have the DNA of Jesus. So, this morning, God began to speak to me about how these same ones, and I'm speaking of family members in particular, not just family members, but right now, God just had me on family because of what's going on. I want to say with me, but I'm just getting, and then some of you have sent me emails and have even commented and they have let me know that you're experiencing similar and same things, kingdom people. So, like I said, this is a lot about family. Kingdom people, God showed me this morning, how God sent you. And many times, the thing is, you're chosen. You're the chosen one. You're God's kingdom people. Again, you have the DNA of Jesus. And they're trying to keep you from what God has for you. They're trying to keep you from being who God created you to be, kingdom people. It's kind of like trying to keep the DNA of Jesus out of you, which is ludicrous. God began to show me how, well, let me say this. Over the last year or so, God have literally been speaking to me how certain ones, He has shown me people that don't want you to be confident, don't want you to be successful, want you to feel conflicted within, want you to not love yourself, want you to feel insecure. Did I already say that? Want you to be down and out, want you to be alone, want you to not have love. These are literally things God was showing me that people they think, and these things that they want. Now, again, there have been behaviors where when you understand these things, you know that that's what's behind it, what's behind the behavior, or why the behavior is happening. But as I said, over the last year, God has literally been saying to me, that these is the thoughts that people are having. This is what they're wanting. And they're doing things to try to get that result. In other words, they're doing things to try to make you not feel confident. They're doing things to try to make you feel insecure. They're doing things to try to make you not confident. They're doing things to try to, because you know these ones that make these comments or do certain, again, acts and behaviors to try to make you, they be trying to pull you down. They don't want you to believe in yourself. They don't want you to be confident. They don't want you to trust. They don't want you to believe in God. They don't want you to trust God. And as I'm talking, I'm literally hearing God say that's because they don't. I don't care what it look like, how they front. Watch their life. listen to some of the words that come out of these people's mouth. I'm talking about for real. I ain't talking about when they putting on a show in the front. I'm talking about when they talking for real. God was pointing out to me some ones that I know that complain and always can't afford this. This too much. This costs this. Oh, I ain't paying that. That's a poverty-stricken mentality. That is a poverty-stricken mentality. I'm going to say that again. That's a poverty-stricken mentality. I'm not saying don't be budgety, don't be frugal, don't manage your money properly. Please don't mismanage your money. And if you have, just learn from it. Do what you need to do. But it's a whole nother thing when you complain about everything. Everything is a problem. You know, it's like living in scarcity, thinking that there's just not enough or you don't have enough. That's not how God wants us to live or move. Again, use your discernment. You know, I'm not saying mismanage anything. You know, be practical and use wisdom as well. Here's the thing. People that talk like that, kingdom people, don't want you to think on another level. They don't want you to think there's more than enough. They don't want you to think, they don't want you to have a wealthy mindset because they don't have that. So they will do things, again, to try to sabotage you from getting into a place of wealth. And that's just an example. I'm using wealth as an example because I'm going to say what it is. We all know somebody that complain about how they ain't got it, how they don't have enough. I'm hearing some of you kingdom people may even do that. But you may also be learning to come out of that. You may also have heard of no, that's not the attitude. You know, that's not how you come out. That's not how you come into what God has for you. As a man thinking in his heart, so is he. So if you think in your heart that you have it, you have everything you need, God takes care of you, I'm hearing the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, then you operate in a certain way. You know you have everything you need and more than what you need. Furthermore, you know God is walking you into more of that. Now, yes, there are other things that go along with that. But the point here is you have put on the mindset of more, of the abundance that God has for you, if you will. You're transforming your mind. You're having your mind renewed by the transforming of your mind so that you can walk into that God has for you. So you may be changing your mind about some things, learning some new things, changing and transforming some things. But listen, kingdom people, when you around people or see people that talk in an adverse way, that's because as a man thinking in his heart, so is he. That's because they don't have that. So if you're trying to do something different than what they're doing, listen, I'm going to say it like this. This is what God gave me to this morning. Some of these people have settled, kingdom people, and you don't want to settle. You want more for your life. Not only do you want more, you know that more exists. And when I say more, I'm talking about not just money-wise, but yes, that too. You know that abundance is for you. Some of you have even tasted some of it. But kingdom people, the thing is this. These people are not going for that. They're not on it. And what God literally showed me, a lot of that is because they're stuck in the curse. Many of these people have not healed, which is why they do the things that they do. Healed people don't try to hurt other people. Healed people do not try to stop other people from healing and moving forward into what God has for them. Healed people don't do that. So unhealed people will always try to sabotage you and keep you from being healed, from moving forward, from being better. Now here's the thing, kingdom people. These people, they decided to settle, whatever that is for them. Even if where they settled, they think they on a high horse, they doing it big. I'm not saying that they not. To each his own. Everybody do what they do, be where they at. But these kind of people tend to reach a plateau, say, okay, this is as far as I'm going, and then feel like they need to keep you beneath them so they can feel like they're above you. Unhealed people, kingdom people, these people are unhealed. So they have to keep you unhealed to feel better about who they are, to feel like they're on top of you, which is why they try to push you down, which is why they try to sabotage you, which is why they try to stop you from getting to where God is taking you, because they know where God is taking you is above where they have decided, I'm just staying right here. Okay. Here's the thing. Going back to what I was saying. You settled. They settled. You don't want to settle. And these people are literally angry at you because you want more. That you're going for what God has for you. So that's, again, why they do what they do. Now, the other part of that is this. As I was saying, they don't want you to feel confident. They don't want you to do. They don't want you. This is what God gave me this morning. Well, I told God when he was ran all this back down to me. He was telling me, you had the DNA of Jesus. And I said, and that's why it's too late. I said, they're trying to make me feel not confident. They want me to not feel secure. They want me to. I'm like, but it's too late. And God kept saying, because you have the DNA of Jesus. So now I already got the DNA of Jesus. What you gonna do? Take the DNA of Jesus from me? They trying to, but kingdom people, they can't. Which is why they have not been successful in none of their efforts. Kingdom people, the other part of that is, maybe before you receive the DNA of Jesus, as far as receiving Christ, receiving him on your own, knowingly, should I say. Maybe before that, God was carrying you. He was protecting you because he always had his hand on you. Yeah, they were doing things trying to make you feel whatever. Maybe some of it worked. For many of us, it didn't. I know for me, I would just notice things. But I always just kept rising and getting better and better. I always had this thing where I wouldn't say I had low self-esteem, but I had to improve my self-esteem. I wouldn't say it was low. I felt horrible about myself. None of that. But there were things that were happening where people were trying to keep me in the. I didn't notice, of course, until later on in life. And it's like you can look back in hindsight and see it all because God will make it just so clear to you. And it makes sense. But the thing is that even in all that, even though it may have been affecting me, I was still pushing through. So this is what I'm getting to, kingdom people. Because you have the DNA of Jesus, all you do is push through. God told me this. He said that, see, this is the thing, kingdom people. Many of our families there are curses. They're generational curses, which is why we were chosen to break generational curses. Because they're curses upon our families, upon our bloodlines, upon our cultures, our races, all kind of stuff. Now, understandably so. What has happened has happened. We live in a fallen world. But God called some of us out. He chose some of us to break these generational curses, which ultimately means that he's called many of us to set some people free. But what did we have to do first? We had to receive the DNA of Jesus. Okay. We got the DNA of Jesus. So God is moving us forth. These ones that be trying to stop and block. God said to me this morning, he said, just like Jesus, I sent you to help get these people free. But because they are so familiar with you, and listen, here's the thing, kingdom people. Jesus' own people, when he went back to his hometown, what was they like? Oh no, that's just Jesus. That's the carpenter. That's the carpenter's son. Oh, that ain't Jesus. They could not fathom the fact that he was the Messiah, he was the Savior. He literally came to set these people free. What they had been waiting on. Exactly what they had been waiting on. They had been waiting on the Messiah. The Messiah showed up and they like, oh, no. That's just because they knew him. So they had a hard time accepting that who they knew, because they knew him, they were familiar with him. They minimized who he was. When all along he grew up with them, but they didn't understand who he was. Because he hadn't come into his time yet, but he still was who he was. God had already chosen him. He was already Jesus. We have the DNA of Jesus. So we too were growing up among these people. Now they recognize, many of them already knew from some time ago that you were chosen, and that's why they got started on you early. But kingdom people, you even came to help. God is using you. Jesus uses you to help set even them free. But because I'm just hearing jealous because it's you, and I'm hearing not them, because some of these people wanted to be them. But kingdom people, they don't even have the DNA of Jesus. Okay, I said it. They don't have the DNA of Jesus. And I don't care if they're in a church. The devil loves the church. I don't care if they're a preacher, a teacher, a apostle, or a church director. I don't care. If they don't have the DNA of Jesus, they can't set nobody free. If they don't have the DNA of Jesus, they won't even accept that you are who you are. And that's why. Because they don't have the DNA of Jesus. They know you do, which is, again, why they won't receive you. Why they try to stop and block it. And this is the thing, kingdom people. Like I said, it's too late because you already have the DNA of Jesus. Going before that, God had already chose you. And you said yes. He called you. You said yes, Lord. What is it? And you keep saying yes, God. Yes, God. You got the DNA of Jesus. Ain't nothing they can do about it, kingdom people. So, what's going on here? They don't want to receive you just like Jesus. Them ones didn't want to receive him. But all in all, he was Jesus. Kingdom people, check this out. God was pointing this out to me this morning. He said they were trying to be done away with Jesus. They were trying to kill him. Remember, they crucified him. But Jesus was supposed to be crucified. Kingdom people, them people thought they were getting rid of Jesus, trying to kill him. Why were they trying to kill Jesus? Because they was having a hard time accepting that Jesus was who he was. Jesus was who he was. And I'm going to tell you this. God literally told me this morning because it wasn't them. But the thing is, none of them would have ever been able to do none of what Jesus done. Part of because the DNA was in Jesus. But Jesus came to set them free, to give them their DNA. But they wasn't receptive, kingdom people. They was like, no. They thought they were killing Jesus. But what happened? You can't kill Jesus. Jesus said, I will lay down my life and pick it up as I see fit. And that's just what he did. He laid down his life when they put him on a cross and they put him in that tomb after he gave up the ghost. He went in that tomb. What did he do after the kingdom people? He said, I laid down my life. He laid it down, got in that tomb, and he picked it back up when he was ready after 3 days when God said, come on. He resurrected. They thought they were being done away with Jesus. But what happened? He rose. You can't be done away with Jesus. The same with you, kingdom people. They can't be done away with you. That's why it ain't worked. It wasn't working. It can't work because kingdom people, you have the DNA of Jesus. Just like Jesus resurrected when they thought they were done away with him, when they thought they killed him, you are resurrecting kingdom people when they thinking they being done away with you. Why, kingdom people? You have the DNA of Jesus. And ain't nothing they can do about it. They can keep trying. God was literally showing me a depiction this morning of this one in particular that I know of. Not a family member. Maybe he wasn't showing me the family member, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let me tell you something, people. Don't nothing surprise me no more. With these things that are happening and these things that are going on, and God just showing me stuff. I'm like, okay, who's next? Who's next? What's next? Nothing surprises me. But at the same time, this is the thing. You have to remember, the enemy likes to use those close to you. Not just that. Many people, most people, I'm going to say most and many, something like that, have demons. They have open doors. They have demons. It's impossible to walk around this world. It's impossible to go to the grocery store. It's impossible to go to the park. It's impossible to go to the car wash. It's impossible to go to the gas station. It's impossible to go to the movie theater and not come across somebody that don't have demons. It's impossible. In fact, more people around you have them than not. It's just a fact. Why am I saying that, kingdom people? Because you're going to come across some demons. And because you are who you are, it's going to activate and aggravate some stuff, and the enemy is going to be able to use them. So I'm saying all that to say, I know many people have them. I know most of my family got them. 99.9%. It's a couple of few up in there that I know of who don't let the thing just use them. And if something is pointed out to them, they're correcting themselves. So they at least not letting that thing just take them over. I'm saying all that to say, kingdom people, it's just the days and the times that we live in. But kingdom people, you have the DNA of Jesus. And because you have the DNA of Jesus, ain't nothing they can do. Going back to what I was trying to say before I really interrupting myself. God was showing me this person. I'm gonna say this young lady. It is a young lady. I guess I don't know what that thing is. But this is a person that practices witchcraft and voodoo, hoodoo, shoodoo, all that kind of stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. God was showing me how this person keep doing these rituals, keep doing these things, doing the spell work to try to... Now, this is not the first time God brought this to my attention, but he showed me and told me this person is doing stuff to try to mess with my hair, try to make me gain weight. I started cracking up. I said, I have gained weight. And I started cracking up. I'm like, but so? God even told me this person trying to make my stomach big. I said, my stomach is big. I'm like, but so? I mean, it ain't stopping nothing. God said this person, and he just started running down all this kind of stuff this person be trying to do. It don't want me to have love, want me and my person to argue. God literally said, want y'all to argue so y'all to break up. I said, people argue, but that don't mean they break up. But this person, God was showing me, is just busy doing all kind of stuff. And they been doing this for some time. So when God brought it to me and he was telling me this, and I'm responding, before I started responding, and saying, well, you know, okay, I did gain weight. And because I know how to gain weight and lose weight. I know how to do both. But it don't stop nothing. It don't make me less than who I am. But God was like, this person wants you to feel insecure. I said, because they insecure, they don't want you to have confidence. And sometimes he'll say to me, they don't like that you have confidence. They don't like that you... Who don't like that except for somebody that don't have that and don't like themselves? I mean, it speaks for itself. But anyway, kingdom people, let me make my point. When God first brought this to my attention, the first thing I thought was, they still on that? Because this is somebody I don't be thinking about. It's like, and I don't care what they doing. Let me tell you why. Because ain't none of it gonna work. And you heard me say, I done gained weight and I done lost weight. My stomach get big when I'm bloated. Sometimes when I'm not bloated, when I'm just indulging and ain't working out like I need to be. But whatever. It is what it is. And then it's like, and then so what? But the point is, you doing all that to no avail. That's my point, kingdom people. You doing all that and ain't nothing gonna work. And even if, not saying that what they're doing works, but I'm acknowledging my own self, my own why I gain weight and why I lose weight and why I'm doing it. It ain't you, and it still don't matter because you still gonna be who you are. I'm still, listen, here you go, kingdom people. You still have the DNA of Jesus, kingdom people. I still have the DNA of Jesus. I can gain 100 pounds. Oh, Father God, in the name of Jesus, please don't let me gain 100 pounds. No shame to nobody who has gained 100 pounds or who is big. I'm not saying that. I got some little weight on me myself. You know, I done been smaller. That ain't the point I'm making here. But I don't want to gain 100 pounds. But I'm making a point to say, even if I did, I still had the DNA of Jesus. Even if I did, I'll still love myself and all my 100 pounds. Trust and believe, when I was bigger than what I am, I loved all of me. But I had to drop that weight because it was a health issue for me. And because God told me to do so. And I had to do some things to make that happen. But I still loved every part of me when I was bigger. It wasn't that I didn't love me. It's just I needed to do better. You feel what I'm saying, kingdom people? So the point is, because you have the DNA of Jesus, you still gonna win. You still gonna ascend. You still gonna come up. You gonna do what you need to do. If you gotta go lay down and rest. And I'm saying that in reference to how Jesus said he lay down his life, but he pick it back up. He just rested when he went in that tomb. He just rested. But he got his, I almost said he got his behind back up. He rose, got himself up when it was time. After he got him a few days of rest. You didn't do nothing. They not doing nothing, kingdom people, because you had the DNA of Jesus. And then I'm just reminded of how this is so, I'm finna get out of here, but this is so good, but I don't want to just drag this message on and on and on. I'm just reminded of how Jesus had to happen for us to have his Holy Spirit. Kingdom people, for us to have Jesus' DNA. Ooh! That had to happen. But they didn't do away with him. They multiplied him. He in all of us. In us who have received him. In us kingdom people. In us chosen ones. So they didn't get rid of them kingdom people. They just made them multiply. Which is why they doing all this stuff trying to get rid of us. Because we got the DNA of Jesus. And they know it. It ain't them. Because they ain't receiving them. And I'm not going to keep saying this, but I literally just heard again. I don't care if they up in the church. I just told somebody the devil love the church. That's one of his favorite places. He love the Bible too. He can teach you the Bible. I'm just saying, kingdom people. But here's the difference. You, my kingdom people. You, my chosen ones. You, my God's elect. You, my God's anointed ones. You have the DNA of Jesus. You. Okay? Okay. So, kingdom people, I am going to let that rest right there. If you like this video and if it resonates with you, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Then click on that red subscribe button if you have not already done so. Thank you. Click on that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. Something like this, my kingdom people. Also, if you are interested in any of the services that I presently offer, if you are interested in purchasing merch from my merch store, and or if you are interested in sowing a seed into me and my ministry, supporting the channel, you can find all the information right down below in the description box. You can also check out my YouTube membership by clicking on that join button right down below. As I get more members, I start doing more with the memberships because it's just, you know, it makes more sense for me and my time and my energy because I do other things too. I have a lot going on, kingdom people. So anyhow, where was I before I rudely interrupted myself again? It wasn't rude. That's what I just heard. You wasn't rude with yourself. You wasn't rude. Anyway, kingdom people. Yeah. I guess. Where was I at? We are history makers. We are world changers. Kingdom people, I forgot who we was for a minute. But the for real thing is I kept hearing the DNA of Jesus. You have the DNA of Jesus. That's what I kept hearing. But we are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. We are curse breakers. And we most definitely are transformers. More than meets the eye. Yeah, kingdom people. We are. Kingdom people, I love you all so very much. I really do appreciate you being here with me, spending this time. You could be anywhere, but you chose me for now, and I appreciate that. Kingdom people, y'all know I don't want to leave you, but I do have to go right now. But I will be back to hold my kingdom people down. Now, kingdom people, with that being said, much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. Kingdom people, that is my time. Jesus girl is out. Peace.